Man, what's good with YouTube? Fight fans all over the world, man. It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir. I said a real talk boxing. It's a privilege and honor and a major blessing to be back with you, beautiful people, yet again. I don't expect many, like I say all the time, man. I'm just sitting back, relaxing. And during the quarantine, figured I'd get on with my peeps and say what's up, man, and try to catch up with all the past weekends boxing matches that happened, man, that I didn't even watch live, man. I was out cold asleep, and I didn't get to watch hardly any boxing during the weekend. So I figured I'd go ahead and do a recap and try to catch up so I can, get with the times and start talking about other business like, this newfound, Canelo business, you know, uh, possibly stepping up to fight Bivol and then a trilogy fight with Triple G, which I'm not too crazy about. But what I want to talk about first is um, the first fight I want to talk about that happened this weekend because I've seen more than what's going on, Mr. Allen, Mr. J. Allen, Mr. Devine in the house. What's going on? I appreciate y'all stopping by, man. I don't think it's going to be many. I picked kind of a late of a time during the week, so I have off the next 8, 9 days. So I wasn't thinking about people having to go to sleep and get up for school or get up for work tomorrow. But y'all bear with me, man. It won't be too long. I'm getting a lot better. It plays with milk. I'm getting a whole lot better, man. Starting to get my voice back. I'm in no pain whatsoever anymore. I'm just swallowing pills left and right. Can't wait till that's over with and staying hydrated and keeping food down. I'm feeling pretty good though. No joke. Feeling pretty good. Thanks for asking. We send love to you and hope you get feeling better. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Mr. J. Allen. But let's go ahead and jump on Clarissa Shields versus I believe the opponent she faced was Kozin. Um, First of all, I want to say this. I was actually impressed with both Keith Thurman and Clarissa Shields' performance that they put on last weekend. But there were some things that led me kind of doubtful about the two, more so with Clarissa Shields. Nocturnal Thoughts, what's going on, my brother? Bow, bow, bow. Salute, man. Salute. You don't catch many of the lives, man, but I'm glad you caught it tonight, bro. Um, what's going on, Bryce? Um, Clarissa Shields dominated this young lady. I believe she was 23 years old for 10 rounds straight. For every second of every round, she dominated. Scorecards was 100 to 190, right? First thing I want to say about Clarissa Shields in this fight, she was in mad shape, y'all. She threw so many punches per round. She was very, very aggressive and just never stopped punching, never stopped thinking, never stopped moving. Her defense was very, very well too. She hardly ever got hit in the fight. But I was more so impressed out of anything that she's done that she did in that fight. I was impressed with her stamina, how great a shape she was. The pullback counters was there all night. The straight punches was there all night. The body shots was there all night. She was able to hit this woman at any given time at will, each and every round, each and every round, and and was keeping herself out of harm's way, um, and all the while still being able to get off power punches, pot shots, counter punches. I mean, she did everything right. She did everything right. With Clarissa Shields, as good as she is and as talented as she is, she lacks one thing, man. She lacks one thing, and that's power. Clarissa Shields has no power. She could not hurt Kozin. She could not drop her. She hit her with so many punches that were dead on, man, and never just she couldn't even hurt the girls. And she was sitting down on them body shots, man, and couldn't hurt it. She just has no power. It is non-existent with Clarissa Shields. And I wonder why that is. First of all, not everybody's born with the power to render someone unconscious. We've talked about this before, right? But there are things that you can implement to add power to your punches, sitting down on your punches. When you get your opponent hurt or stunned, you just don't throw really, really fast, straight punches. You have to set up, you have to touch and feel, you have to feint, you have to create openings. You have to sit down on your punches. You have to rotate your hips. The power starts from the feet, from the ground up to the waist. That's from your foundation is where the power is, and she pushes her punches a heck of a lot. Pushes her punches way too much in a lot of spots. And sometimes she smothers herself with her hooks when she gets too close. I think she's too over anxious. And she's pushing her punches, and sometimes instead of throwing power, sitting down, staying stagnant for a second or two to deliver that hard power shot, she's just throwing straight punches really, really fast and pushing her punches. Now, John David Jackson is a good coach. My man, the boxing scholar, brought this to my attention. He says, why hasn't her coach picked up on that? And you know what I said to him? Maybe he has. Maybe he's been telling her what to do and what to implement, but she just doesn't want to listen. She might be hard-headed. She might not want to listen to no man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the case may be, but I can guarantee you that John David Jackson, as many years and experiences that he's had with professional fighters, he knows when a fighter is not punching with the power that they could actually be generating more. He knows how to show fighters how to sit down on their punches. And I guarantee you he's been trying to teach Clarissa Shields that more than likely. And I don't know if she's not listening or she just does not have the power to do it, man. Because out of all of her arsenal, which is a grand arsenal, she has no power. And that makes me a little bit weary in the mega fight between her and Savannah Marshall. Because, you know, at the end of the fight, Marshall stepped to her and says, listen, if you perform like that against me like you did her, I'm going to wipe the floor with you. Exactly what she said. And Clarissa's like, huh? She ain't here. She was like, what'd she say? And she said, you know what? She slammed the belts down and got in her face, and she spoke some truth. She's like, listen, I'm here. I want you. You didn't come to America. I came to your backyard. So you know I want to fight you. Why didn't you come to America? Why didn't you this and that? And it's true. It's true. But there was a lot of things that Marshall was saying that was true too. Savannah was like, listen, you literally went 10 rounds with a child. People were walking out the 5th round before your fight was even over with. You have pillow fist. And that's true too. And that's what really makes me weary against the bigger, taller, probably heavier and stronger Savannah Marshall, who does have a pop, who does have, in my opinion, way more power than Clarissa Shields. Now, if she gets in the ring and she can't discourage Savannah, it's going to be a tough fight for Shields. I don't care how slow Savannah is. I don't care if her footwork and her technical ability is not, up to Clarissa Shields standards. You're going to have to be able to hurt that big girl to keep her off of you, man. And you just don't look like you have any power. So if your coach, John David Jackson, is trying to implement things to get you there, to have respectable power, then you need to listen to him, man. I don't know what the case is. I don't know what's going on in the gym, but I know he knows that. So he needs to jump on that, point blank, period. Now, quote, real talk. On Saturday, March 5th, Digi will be boxing Alex who? Can you do a live stream watch on that boxing fight, March 5th? Yeah, more than likely, man. I don't think I have anything going on March 5th. She had Christina Hammer hurt, but I'm surprised she hasn't developed more power. MMA training might have been too much of a distraction. Possibly could, man. Nocturnal, you make a great point, because she has been dabbling in the MMA, and I do remember her having Hammer hurt, but where's the knockout? You know what I'm saying? Where's the knockout power? It's just not there, man. It's just not there. Now, granted, you got people who have no power that can hurt you if they hit you with a punch that you don't see. I've seen Paulo Malignaggi hurt guys in the ring, and my daughter probably punches harder than him, but he delivered a punch that his opponent didn't see. So it's all good. Yo, real talk. When you do your WWE videos, man, I don't ever plan on doing any WWE videos. I'm not that big into wrestling. I mean, I'm only in it now because of my man Trey. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good though, man. I might do something on that. Real talk. When will we see you in the ring again? Mr. Surfer? Probably never, bro. I retired out my second fight. My plan was to have 4 fights, but I retired out, bro. But these injections are really doing my back wonders. But my specialist tells me that I still need to take it easy, even though my back is feeling a lot better. I can't just go out and go balls to the wall like I used to, because my back, I don't feel pain in my back, doesn't mean I can't, damage it even further. So there's a lot of things that I have to not do at all workout wise, man. I done gained 9 pounds, man. So, as soon as this COVID is over with, as soon as I get my 3rd injection, which I'm going for my 2nd on the 17th, as soon as I get my 3rd injection, man, I'm going to start working out again, but it's not going to be anything like it used to be. So if I'm not in fighting shape, I don't need to be in that ring, because I ain't trying to get my nose wiped, man. What's your prediction for the Khan Brook fight? I think Brook's going to knock Khan out, man. That's what I think. I could be wrong. Brook will probably have to catch up with Khan, but Khan, you can thump him, man. He'll fall over. He ain't got no chin. Sorry, real talk, but I see a booger in your nose. No, that's white hair you probably see, bro. That's white hair you probably see. Because I got grays everywhere. Nah, man, no boogers. It's all good. It's all good. But all right, so that's my take on Clarissa Shields' fight, man. She worries me with that lack of power. She has everything else, I do believe: grit, speed, ring generalship, balls to the wall, but she lacks power. Now I want to talk about Keith Thurman, man, versus Mario Barrios. I was really impressed with Keith Thurman's performance against Barrios, and a lot of people will say, "Well, why?" I mean, he's fighting a guy who's coming up from super lightweight in his first welterweight fight. I mean, yeah, that's true. But Keith Thurman ain't fought in a long time either. Keith was pretty much put between a rock and a hard place in this fight, because if he didn't knock this kid out, he was going to get talked about. If he got hurt by this kid, or the fight was remotely close, which it wasn't, he's going to get talked about either way it went. So it was a lose-lose situation, which, my opinion, he needs to only fight world champions. From here on out, he needs to fight only world champions, man, because that's the only way he's going to get any recognition. First of all, the shape that Keith Thurman came in was just amazing. I ain't never seen Keith Thurman that ripped, ever. The dude was in shape. To be off for that amount of time and come in that shape, that was very impressive to me. He was very explosive. He hurt Barrios a handful of times. He hurt him, but he would not really step on the gas like I think he should have. I think he could have got Barrios out of there, but he just never that killer instinct. I don't know if it's not there anymore, or I don't know if he was just playing it safe. But, someone like Barrios, he should have tried to get out of there. Point blank, period. His movement was really, really good. His hand speed was good. His visual was really, really good. I liked everything that Keith did. The only thing that I didn't like is that he didn't jump on Barrios the many times that he hurt him. You know what I'm saying? And with Barrios, if he would just let his hands go more,
I think he would have. It's really easy to beat Keith Thurman, you know, because we all know his Achilles heel. We all know what his kryptonite, and that's the body shots. If you go in and you throw 80% body shots against Keith Thurman and just keep your visual and keep a nice tight defense and don't get hit with nothing stupid, you can beat Keith Thurman. Because I believe it was somewhere in the eighth round, Barrios snuck a body shot in. I didn't even see it. All I seen was a reaction from Keith. But and, and then later on they showed the replay and it was a body shot. And Barrios, man, bro, you got to keep. You have to keep on his body. He's been hurt so many times to the body. So many times to the body. So like, what do you not understand? Go down to the basket, man. Put some money in that bank, man, for the later rounds. Start from round one. And Keith Thurman, you could have beat him that night if you just kept to the body. He doesn't like it to the body. He can't take it to the body, so why neglect it? First of all, why neglect the body any freaking way? You understand what I'm saying? You don't need to neglect it anyway. Real talk. Do you think Jake Paul can beat Tommy Fury? If they fought, I think Jake Paul will beat Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is not good, man. He's not a good boxer. He doesn't have power either, and he's not in shape. His last fight was 4 rounds, and it was supposed to be 6, I believe. And they had to cut it down to 4. Nah, man, I think Jake will beat Tommy Fury, man. Unless Tommy Fury is like, had an ample amount of time to train and get ready, man, Jake will beat him. That's just my opinion. But back on Keith and Barrios, he had Barrios cut up bad. He was landing some hellacious shots to the face, and dug down to the body a couple of times pretty good. But listen, Keith Thurman needs to fight only world champions from here on out. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see him in that against Boots Ennis. I think Boots will get him. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see him in there with Danny Garcia again. I think he might beat Danny Garcia again. But, and this is kind of makes me lean towards why he never fought Errol Spence Jr. Because Errol Spence Jr., man, he's the truth when it comes to body shots. And maybe he knew that. Maybe that's why he maybe avoided Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why he never wanted to get in the ring with him, or the fight just, never would be made. Because there was a time where Errol Spence wanted him bad, but Keith acted like he didn't want no part of him. I think I understand why now. That body attack, man. But I would still like to see that fight now. I think Errol Spence is a little bit different than he was before the car crash, but I still think Errol Spence will take him. I'd like to see him in there against. I'd like to see him rematch Josecito Lopez again, who dang near had him out of there. But that's not a world champion. But any of the top 5 welterweights, man, fight him. Don't fight anybody lower than that no more, man, because you ain't gonna get no recognition for beating them. And especially if you get hurt or rocked or the fight's remotely close, it just ain't gonna be no good look, man. What's up, Biff? Apparently, Tommy said he underperformed on purpose so he can get the Jake Paul fight. I don't know. I just like how content content Barrios was with his performance. You know what? You're right, Nocturnal. He was like, we're happy with the performance, but we're not happy with the outcome. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with a loss. Yeah, he was a little too content with that. You're right, bro. One time definitely showed that he's still motivated. Yeah, man. When you get a dude, that's been out that long, just a little older in age, to come and get in shape like that, it's very impressive to me. That means that you got true true intent to become world champion again. But I really think he needs to stay away from anybody who's not in the top 5 or world champion, because he won't get no recognition for beating them. But I was very impressed on how he looked. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been a huge Keith Thurman fan, but even though he was fighting a smaller guy coming up for the first time at the welterweight division, he just looked great, man. He looked great, and so still big ups to Barrios, man. Even though You know, he should have performed, I think, better than that. He should have fought with purpose, way more purpose than what he did. You know, he still stayed in there with Keith Thurman, you know, former unified welterweight champion. So I mean, I don't know what's next for Barrios, but you know, we'll see. But for the most part, I would have to say I was more impressed with Clarissa Shields' performance. Man, she put on an immaculate performance. It's just a straight shutout, but that power's got to come somewhere, man. We got to work on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know I can't wait to see her against Savannah Marshall, man. I think that's going to be a grand fight, and I think if she doesn't get Savannah's respect, it's going to be a really really hard fight for her, man. A really really hard fight. I'm impressed that a 2 year layoff, Thurman can outbox Barrios, something other boxers haven't done. This is true, but I want one more thing about Barrios and Thurman. Thurman wasn't able to get Barrios out, but Tank Davis did. What does that say about Tank Davis? And what does that say about Keith Thurman? Can anybody answer me that? You know, we got 7 on. I didn't expect many, but can anybody answer me that? Because Keith Thurman couldn't get Barrios out of there and Tank Davis did. What does that say about Tank Davis? Anybody right quick? Because I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Can anybody answer me that? Can anybody answer me that? Okay. I tell you what. I think styles make fights. I really do. Tank got Barrios out of there in grand fashion. And even though Barrios was rocked a lot against Thurman, the difference I think between those two fighters who fought Barrios is that Davis still has that killer instinct, and I don't think Keith Thurman does anymore. I think once a fighter's killer instinct leaves, that they're pretty much at the end of their rope, because there was so many chances and so many times Keith had that man hurt and he didn't jump on him hard like Davis did. I think the killer instinct aspect, it was the difference between the two fighters. But listen, I'm gonna cut it short, man. I appreciate you guys for coming out and chilling with me, man. And I'm sorry if y'all think y'all see a booger in my nose, but I got a big nose and wide nostrils, but that ain't no booger up there, man. It's probably just a white hair. But I appreciate you guys coming out and kicking with your boy Real Talk. I've been missing y'all. I'm gonna try to be doing more live, especially this time I have off. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start pumping more videos out there because I've been feeling a little bit better. So we'll probably be talking about Canelo Alvarez and the new reports I've been reading out there about him and this whole $85 million with the zone, baby. But respect all, fear none, and God bless. The next time Real Talk Boxing, I'm up and I'm out of here. Bye, y'all.